You tell me, is The Wolf of Wall Street a satire or a how-to guide? Let's look at the debate and you can tell me which one you think is right. So the first opinion, The Wolf of Wall Street is a satire. The Wolf of Wall Street is directed by Martin Scorsese, and it's often seen as a satirical critique of the excesses of Wall Street and the corrupt, reckless behavior of its players. Through its depiction of Jordan Belfort's life, the film holds up a mirror to greed, moral decay, and the hedonism that often defines high finance. Here are key arguments for the satire perspective. Exaggerated depictions of excess. The film's portrayal of the over-the-top parties, rampant drug use, and unethical business practices is so extreme that it seems designed to ridicule, not glorify, Wall Street culture. The excess nature of these scenes serves as a critique of the lifestyle, highlighting how absurd and how destructive it can become when left unchecked. Now, number two, moral ambiguity as criticism. The film does not paint Jordan Belfort as a hero, but rather as a morally bankrupt figure who, despite his wealth and success, remains deeply flawed. This moral ambiguity forces viewers to reflect on whether wealth and power are worth the cost of personal integrity rather than idolizing his behavior. Number three, the critique of audience complicity. By making the lifestyle so attractive on the surface, the film asks viewers to question their own desires for wealth and status. It lures the audience into rooting for Belfort, who only to expose the hollowness of that life. This tension between admiration and repulsion is a hallmark of satire, forcing us to confront the moral complexities of idolizing such figures. And then there's four, the use of humor and absurdity. The film uses dark humor, absurd situations, and ridicules characters to underscore its satire tone. From tossing at parties to the infamous, out there comedy scenes with a critique of the absurdity of the financial world, underlining how surreal and detached it can be from reality. Now, the second opinion, The Wolf of Wall Street is a how-to guide. So on the other hand, The Wolf of Wall Street can be viewed as a how-to guide for aspiring stockbrokers or entrepreneurs, albeit an ethically questionable one, of course. Critiques argue that the film glorifies Jordan Belfort's lifestyle and provides a roadmap for achieving similar success. So here are the key arguments from that perspective. Glamorization of wealth and success. The film emphasizes the material rewards Belfort and his associates enjoy. Mansions and yachts and luxury cars and an endless supply of drugs and women. Now, despite Belfort's eventual downfall, many viewers may still be drawn to the allure of this lifestyle, seeing it as, well, as a reward for ruthless ambition. The opulence and the success are presented in such, well, a way that some could perceive the film as instructional. Number two, lack of clear conscience. While Belfort does face legal consequences, the film's depiction of his punishment is, well, it's relatively mild, especially when compared to the wealth he accumulates and the experiences he had. For many viewers, the message can seem to be, if you play the game right, you can still come out on top, even if you get caught. His ability to rebuild his career at the film's conclusion may suggest that financial wrongdoing is easily survivable if one is cunning enough. The third way is first-person narration. Belfort himself narrates much of the film, often addressing the audience directly, sharing tips on manipulating clients and the stock market. His charismatic delivery and confidence could make his unethical methods seem practical, even admirable to those looking for business success. So the film, through this framing, functions almost like a master class in financial manipulation. Now, number four, emphasis on salesmanship and persuasion. Many viewers could interpret the film as a lesson in the power of salesmanship and persuasion. Belfort's real ability to control people through charm and aggression and confidence is portrayed as a key to his success. Aspiring entrepreneurs might take this as a guide for personal gain, focusing on the techniques or persuasion rather than the moral consequences of their actions. So in the end, The Wolf of Wall Street can be interpreted in different ways depending on the lens through which it's viewed. As a satire, it critiques the corruption, the greed, and the moral emptiness of Wall Street's excess. However, for those inclined to see it as a how-to guide, the movie's focus on the glamorous rewards of unethical behavior, well, that may overshadow its moral lessons, tempting viewers to emulate rather than critique Belfort's path to success. The real debate lies in the responsibility of the filmmakers and the audience's own perspective. Does the film clearly condemn Belfort's lifestyle, or does it leave too much room for admiration, admiring his methods and success? Which side of that debate are you on? Leave me a comment and tell me why.